Okay guys, this is our last video today. So this is Unit 9, Daily Living for Wednesday, May 20th. And this is our last part. It's part 3 of 3 parts. Alright, so go ahead and you may want to get out your student books. And we're going to look at page 115, okay? All right, so on page 115, we see 2 ads again. We see Westerly Electric and Midway Electric. And then below that, we see 8 different things about those. So let's find out which one matches. Like, open 24 hours a day. That's going to be Westerly Electric, right? Because it says 24-hour, 7-day emergency service. So let's go and do that for each of these. Which one is fully licensed? Westerly Electric or Midway Electric? Well, if we look at the ad for Midway Electric, we're going to see the first thing it says is they're fully licensed. So Midway Electric is fully licensed. Who is, like, number 3 is owner operated. Which one is owner operated? If we look under Westerly Electric, if we go down to 1, 2, 3, the 5th dot, we see it says owner operated. So which one is owner operated? Westerly Electric. Number 4, who's open 7 days a week? Once again, on the 2nd dot, Westerly Electric says 24 hours, 7-day service, where Midway says they're only open from Monday to Friday. So who's open 7 days? Westerly Electric. Who gives their address on Main Street? If you look at Midway Electric at the bottom of the ad, it says 50 Main Street. That's their address. So Midway Electric is on Main Street. Which company is fully insured? On the 3rd dot under Westerly Electric says that they're fully insured. So Westerly Electric is fully insured. Which one is cheaper? Well, we don't know which one is cheaper but we do know that Westerly Electric will give you estimates. So they'll tell you the cost before the work. So, oh, here we go. Sorry. So Westerly Electric says $65 an hour, and Midway Electric says $55 an hour. So $55 is less. So Midway Electric is going to be less than Westerly Electric per hour. Okay? And that's the same thing for number 8. Which one is less expensive per hour? We already said that Midway is about $10 cheaper per hour. Okay? So now you need to take those sentences and make a question. So it shows you how to do the first one. Which electric service do you recommend? And the answer would be, I recommend Westerly Electric because it's open 24 hours a day. So go ahead and stop your video, and you may want to write out those sentences for the answers, okay? And then we can go over them together. Now, number 1 was done for you, so we're going to go ahead and do number 2. Which electric service do you recommend? I recommend. Who's fully licensed? Midway Electric. Because, so this is, when we say because, this is the reason why. It's fully licensed. Okay? So I recommend Midway Electric because it's fully licensed. So number 3, owner operated. That was Westerly Electric. So your answer would be I recommend. God. Okay, I recommend Westerly Electric because this is your reason why it's owner operated. Okay. Number 4, which electric service do you recommend? I recommend Westerly Electric. Because it's open 7 days a week. Yep. Okay. Number 5, which electric company do you recommend? I recommend which one? Midway Electric. Because, why? It's on Main Street. Okay, number 6. Who's fully insured? Okay. Which electric company do you recommend? I recommend Westerly Electric. Because it's fully insured. Okay, number 7. Which electric company do you recommend? I recommend Midway Electric. Because it's cheaper. Okay? So I recommend Midway Electric because it's cheaper. And the last one, number 8. Which electric service do you recommend? I recommend Midway Electric. Because it's less expensive per hour. Okay? So there's how you would answer those questions. If you need to make any corrections, go ahead and stop the video and do that. Also, if you have someone you can practice asking and answering those questions with, that would be a good exercise. So let's move on to part 3 where it says communicate. I'm going to clear the screen. And for each place, write 2 or 3 names of businesses in your community. So we're not making sentences with these. We're just actually writing the names of places. So the first place we're going to look at is supermarkets. Just so you know, here we usually call them grocery stores, but you can call them supermarket. And so examples of those in our area would be Kroger and Publix. You can buy groceries at Walmart, but it's not a grocery store. They have everything. But grocery stores would be Kroger or Publix in our area. Oh, sorry. There's an Aldi too. So Aldi would be one also. So let's look at restaurants in our area. Now there's all kinds of restaurants. You have fast food like McDonald's, Burger King, Chick-fil-A. And then you have like sit-down restaurants like Texas Longhorn, Chili's, anyway, those are ones that you go, you sit down and you order, but they're still a chain. And then we have some other restaurants that are just unique to our area, and there may be just one or a few of them. Let's see. Anyway, you can fill in some of your favorite restaurants there. So number 3, pharmacies. Okay, this is where you go. We also here can call them a drugstore. And this is where you would go get your medicine. So here we have CVS, Rite Aid, well, those are the big ones, I guess. And there's some little ones that are just family owned, but those are some of the bigger ones. But also notice that I didn't put Kroger or Publix or Walmart, because even though they have a pharmacy, they have other things. This is asking for the stores that only have a pharmacy. So number 4, let's look at gas stations. So some in our area would be like a BP, Quick Trip, Shell. So those are some gas stations in our area where we go to get gas, and they have like little convenience stores. Number 5, banks. This is where we put our money and investments. There's First American, Wells Fargo, so those are some banks that have a storefront here. Now, there are some online banks that people are using now, but these are all have storefronts where you can actually go inside the bank. Okay, number 6, I'm sorry, department stores. Now, a department store is a store that has obviously different departments, but they'll have like women's clothes, men's clothes, and if you go to a place like Macy's, they'll have dishes and bedding. So it's a store kind of like Macy's, right? Dillard's, JCPenney would be one. And Nordstrom. Okay, those are some examples of department stores in our area. Fast food. Now, we already listed some fast food under restaurants, but these are going to be just fast food. So we can, once again, we can list our McDonald's. We can list our Chick-fil-A. and Burger King. Wendy's, Arby's. Most fast foods you can think about a place where you have the option to go through a drive-through. Those would be what you would consider a fast food restaurant. If it doesn't have a fast food restaurant, then it's a sit-down type of restaurant, okay? Coffee shops. These are places that usually only serve like coffee and tea and maybe like very little bit of food. So like a Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts. Okay, and the Bean Tap is a place that's local to here. It's not a chain. So these are some of the places that we can talk about in our community. Because at the bottom it says, talk with your classmate and answer questions about the places in your community. So you would go, which supermarket do you like? Which supermarket do you like? I like Kroger because they have more choices, right? I like Kroger because they have more choices. Restaurants, I like Longhorn because I like their menu. I like their menu. Pharmacies, I go to CVS because they are fast. I like to go to which gas station do you like? I like Quick Trip because they have a better store or they have cheaper gas, right? Which bank do you like? I like First American because they have a lot of options and they help you do financial planning, or they have a fast drive-through, or they have a lot of locations, whatever. Department stores, which department store do you like? I like Macy's because it's big and they have a good selection. Because it's big and they have a good selection, right? Now you can choose different ones and give a reason. Which fast food restaurant do you like? I like Chick-fil-A because they are nice and it's clean. I like Chick-fil-A because the restaurant is nice. The people are nice and the restaurant is clean. Coffee shop. I like Dunkin' Donuts because I like their lattes. I like Dunkin' Donuts because I like their lattes. So it might be good for you to go ahead and practice some of those. It may be good to write the sentences down, the reasons that you like these, because when you say, you can't just say, I like Kroger. You have to say, I like Kroger because, right? I like Longhorn because. See, I gave a reason every time, and it goes after the word because. I like CVS because. So you can write your answers for, write your examples and then write your answers for 1 through 8. And then if you can find somebody to go ahead and have those conversations with, that would be a good practice. Also, when you're practicing those, you don't have to say like every time. You can say, which supermarket do you recommend? which supermarket do you recommend? Or you can say, which supermarket do you suggest? Or which supermarket do you prefer? So you can use recommend, suggest, like, and prefer. Interchangeably, it does not matter. Okay? So that's the end of part 3. I'm going to scroll back up, so if you need to get my information, you can. Feel free to email me with any questions that you have about content or the class. And don't forget to put your name in the comment section so you get credit for attending. See you Monday.